introducing nobody. This one's breaking down. It's extremely personal between these two units.
And the production has brought a new member or two in since the last time I've gotten a chance to see them live, but No Consequences just cleared the ring. And I say, it's good to see No Consequence at least on the same page with themselves.
Suicide dive. Trey going in a front row on the other side. Chase Oliver, excuse me. And Gary King Baller over the top. These guys are moving so fast that we can't keep up with which direction they're going.
Right, we're gonna do our best.
Trey Lamar went about 3 rows deep. Right now, the stagehand, Eddy Only, is the only member of the production left standing.
Yeah, this is good strategy out of a very young tandem here. Isolate one of the guys, and Eddy Only being one of the newer members of the production. You keep him by himself, you're gonna have a better time of picking him apart.
Well, Eddy Only sending Baller over, but you gotta keep your eye on Gary the King Baller at all times.
You gotta keep your eye on all members at No Consequence at all times. All 5 of these guys move so quick, so fast, so innovative are these 5 guys. You can't even prepare, I don't even know how you prepare for these guys.
Well, it's interesting to see these two. Oh, Joshua Bishop taking some time. But Eddy Only makes him pay for it. Eddy Only hitting the ropes, and it's Joshua Bishop's turn to make somebody pay. Now Trey Lamar in. Trey Lamar has Eddy Only, and they are isolating the stagehand.
Already cutting the ring right in half here.
The guy who's not necessarily used to the spotlight. Your stagehands, of course, normally working behind the scenes, as we saw his introduction to AIW, or at least the introduction to the production. Eddy Only snapmare over. And a DDT on Trey Lamar.
Come on, Trey!
Eddy Only's gonna look to end this before anybody else from the production even has to get into the ring.
What an interesting turn of events that would be.
Oh, and he makes the tag to Derek Director.
Derek Director, who in a very short amount of time here in AIW has really come into his own. The Swifty Lazar of professional wrestling. Self-proclaimed burly boy. He'd make a much better Haas Division champion than the Duke, in my opinion.
I think Trey Lamar would make a better Haas Division champion than the Duke. But speaking of Hosses, the supporting lead, Magnum CK in there. But he is unable to keep up with the incredible speed of Chase Oliver.
I tell you, I've seen this kid before, and he recently coming back from a bit of an injury, but there's something about this kid that reminds me of a young Paul London back circa 2002, 2003. If this kid could stay healthy, big things ahead of him, and not taking moves like that, is he gonna stay healthy?
And here comes the newest member, the man they've identified as the Playwright. Danhausen in there. Hooks the leg after that boot in the corner.
I know this young man in the ring now, you said they call him the Playwright, I'm not really sure. I've seen him appear on, just biting the face.
Well, obviously new here to AIW, but wait a second, he is caught. A little bit too much showmanship. They say new here to AIW. The production obviously has had him scouted. Beautiful Northern Light suplex.
Oh boy.
But the man who trained him, no stranger to AIW, a product of former AIW Tag Team Champion Jimmy Jacobs.
That's some good prodigy right there to be trained by one of the most infamous wrestlers in all of professional wrestling. And you see here, as the production have the ring cut off, every single member of the production has taken a shot, taken a scrape, taken a claw, as they can here. And they are working a little bit better right now as a tandem than No Consequences.
Oh, beautiful teamwork. out of the leading man. Frankie Flynn in the stagehand Eddy only, but Eddy taking a little bit too much time to roll Chase over and go for that cover. AJ Gray able to get in and break the pinfall up.
And this is smart strategy, as I would say before, on the production. As mentioned, Chase Oliver recently coming back from injury. If he's the one that you could isolate, if he's the one that you could pick apart, take out the weakest cog of the machine, and the machine will crumble. And look at Eddy only.
Eddy only showing no consequences, aren't the only ones that can fly.
Come on, Chase. Come on, Chase. Chase. Chase, come on. Chase, come on. Start a count.
Oh, there's one thing I know, Smart Mark doesn't take direction kindly. And the production is fired up. They feel they've got this one well in hand. Eddy only scores, nice senton, almost Eddie Guerrero style. And Oliver gets the shoulder up. And you see it, he's not laying on the canvas, man. Every time that he kicks out, he's rolling off of his back. He's fighting to get to one of the four outstretched hands of his partners in the no consequences corner. And he's back to his feet. This is a rookie mistake. He should have made the tag.
Well, and that's the thing, if anything, no consequences. They made no qualms about what their mission was as a unit. The name comes from the fact that they believe their actions have no consequences, that this is their time. They were all about taking the spotlight if people weren't going to give them a chance at it.
Well, they're all very accomplished in-ring competitors with their future well ahead of them. But again, the name no consequences is a bit ambitious, a bit brash, if you ask me. Everything you do in this world has consequences, but the question is, are you man enough to deal with the repercussions of your own actions? And now AJ Gray in here.
And AJ just cleared an entire corner. Spinning leg lariat. Magnum CK, the only one that managed to get out of the way. Now looking, calling for that black and mild bomb. Oh, just launching Frankie Flynn.
Shades of Kevin Nash style jackknife with that powerbomb. Now Magnum CK in there, and he eats a humongous leg lariat from AJ Gray.
That vertical out of AJ Gray, Magnum CK up and over. He catches himself, and then he catches Trey's foot. Lamar with a beautiful savant kick. And now AJ Gray has the rest of the production in sights. Tope con Hilo just wiped out 4 men at once.
No hands, cleared the top rope, landed on his feet, and he just took out 4/5 of the production.
He's bringing Derek Director back to the ring wisely, not taking the time to let them recover, let them pick who's coming back in. He has isolated Derek Director before he can get going, calling for that vicious lariat, but he is caught and landed by Derek Director. Derek Director rolling him up. 2 shooting star press on a Chase Oliver to break it up.
Matt, I have no idea who the legal man is, and I tell you, I don't think it matters worth a lick at this point.
Tom Dunn doesn't either, and he doesn't care. He's just going to make the count. And now Danhausen just spiked Oliver. Joshua Bishop out of the corner. Danhausen up, and he is caught. Joshua Bishop, the backcracker from the top, assisted by the powerbomb. Frankie Flynn in, palm strike. Dropping Gary the King Baller, takes Joshua Bishop over the top of the floor.
And I tell you, I gotta give Frankie Flynn credit. He's just not letting his team, his gang, if you will, do all the dirty work. He's getting his hands just as filthy as the rest of the production.
Wait 1 second, AJ Gray. What does he have in mind?
Oh, son of a bitch.
AJ Gray calling Trey Lamar on. AJ Gray throws Trey Lamar into the third damn row.
A huge risk pays off.
Joshua Bishop, meanwhile, is in the ring with Frankie Flynn. Beautiful bicycle
I want to
knee.
show this. Look at Magnum CK right now. I'm not sure if he got his mouth busted open.
Oh,
his
he
nose
is
plus
bad, boy.
a bloody mess.
But he caught. You want to talk about two teams that know each other. Joshua Bishop with that vertical suplex throw on Frankie Flynn, and Magnum CK caught him in midair. And now it's Magnum up top. Magnum flying elbow drop hits the mark. Frankie Flynn to the second rope.
Big moonsault.
And he hits Joshua Bishop, gets the 3 count. But now the production continuing the assault. Five-on-one beating on Joshua Bishop. Gary the King Baller still down in the crowd. Trey Lamar still down. And Joshua Prohibition! Josh Prohibition just hit the ring with a chair!
Again, the production had the match won. No consequences, unfortunately, the short end of the stick here.
Before I get started, I got one question for the AIW faithful tonight. Is it good to be alive on a February night in Cleveland, Ohio at an AIW event? 5-on-1. That's your group there, 5-on-1. Real tough guys. You guys got a huge set of nuts between your legs. I don't stick my neck out there for just anybody. You all right, dude? Sure. And the reason I stuck my neck out for this young man, I hope not. Is that about a year and a half ago, when I was sitting down there in the locker room, this young man came up to me and he told me that he used to watch me, Johnny Gargano, Greg Iron, and I guess that bum hobo Joe, on PWO on Sports Time Ohio. And I'll be honest, I had a couple different emotions. The first was this. That was filmed back in 2006, 7, and 8, so that made me feel real old. Because I started to realize that this young man was watching me when he was only 10 years old. But there's part of me that was flattered. When you hear young men come up to you and say, you're one of the reasons why I wanted to be a professional wrestler, I can't help but feel proud of the work that I've done since 1999 right here in Cleveland, Ohio. And one of the things I always appreciate is when I'm down there, all the young guys, the trainees are always asking me, hey, can you please come up to the AIW Wrestling School and at least talk to us, work with us, teach us. And I'm always flattered every single time I get that invitation. And about a month and a half ago, I took them up on that offer. I went to the AIW school, and you know who I saw there? I saw BB Smooth working real hard. I saw Frankie Flynn, even though he's a dickhead, he was working real hard. I saw Philly, I saw Marino. But you know who I didn't see? Leaves his kids at home, leaves his wife at home, comes up to the wrestling school because your hero is going to show up and you don't even bother coming to practice? Why don't you just spit right in my face right now? Go ahead and spit. You got 20 matches under your belt. You've got 3 chest hairs on your chest. And you're gonna spit in my face. Here's the thing. My knee's a whole lot better. And I'm feeling a hell of a lot of anger right now. And I'm trying to work on that. I've been talking to a counselor. I'm feeling real salty right now. So, isn't it? What do they tell you as a little kid that you're supposed to walk away, right? I was never very good at that.
And the former Triple Crown AIW champion, Josh Prohibition, is just laying waste to Joshua Bishop right now.
They give you your first lesson since you skipped practice last time. Professional wrestling is a sickness. Once it gets in your head, once it gets in your heart, it never comes out. You become an addict, and you can't quit. No matter how much you want to quit, you can't quit. So, here I am, I'm almost 40 years old, and I can't stay away from this goddamn sport. 40 years old, my kids are at home, my wife's at home, and I'm still doing this bullshit. So I'm gonna do you a favor, because I can't get out of this goddamn mess. I'm gonna take you out of it.
Man, I don't know what to make of this. This is a side of Josh Prohibition I've never seen in my entire life.
I've certainly seen it before, but it's been quite some time. Josh said he's been in the sport since '99. I've known him since '98. And when he gets it in his head that he's going to take you out, he's going to do what he can.
I just had a fantastic idea. March 10th, Akron, Ohio. That's your hometown, right? Aren't you from around that area? It's like a goddamn Greek tragedy. Bring your family, bring your friends, and make sure you kiss your mom goodbye.
Josh laying down the challenge here to Joshua Bishop. Again, I'm not really sure what to make of this. Matt, you say you've known Josh Prohibition for the better part of 20 years.
Josh Prohibition, that is, yeah.
Josh Prohibition, Josh Bishop, I think, is 20 years
Yeah.
old. Oh.
Prohibition, I've known him since his backyard days. That's not a side of Josh Prohibition you want to be seeing across the ring from you. March 10th is going to be really interesting and a hell of a lesson for Joshua Bishop.